Winston Smith, a 39-year-old office employee, works in the Ministry of Truth. His job is to update old newspaper articles and documents so that they agree with new developments. His work is important. Revising the past creates the illusion that the government is incapable of error and helps it secure absolute power. Altering history in this way, as witnessed in George Orwell's classic novel 1984, is alive and well today. It may shock you, but a little Winston is living in your brain too. Worse still, whereas in Orwell's novel, Winston worked unwillingly and eventually rebelled against the system, in your brain he is working according to your wishes and goals. He will never rise up against you. He revises your memories so effortlessly, elegantly even, that you never notice his work. Efficient and reliable, Winston disposes of your old, mistaken views. As they vanish one by one, you start to believe you were right all along. In 1973, U.S. political scientist Gregory Marcus asked 3,000 people to share their opinions on controversial political issues, such as the legalization of drugs. Their responses ranged from fully agree to completely disagree. 10 years later, he interviewed them again on the same topics and also asked what they had replied 10 years previously. The result? What they recalled reporting in 1973 was almost identical to their present-day views, and a far cry from their original responses. By unconsciously adjusting past views to fit present ones, we avoid any embarrassing proof of our own weaknesses. It's a clever psychological strategy because no matter how tough we are, admitting mistakes is an emotionally difficult task. But this is ridiculous. Shouldn't we let out a shout of joy every time we realize we are wrong? After all, such admissions would ensure we never make the same mistake twice and have essentially taken a step forward. But we do not see it that way. So does this mean our brains contain no completely accurate memories? Surely not. After all, most people can recall the exact moment they met their partner for the first time, as if it were captured in a photo. And every American can remember exactly where they were on September 11, 2001, when they learned of the terrorist attack in New York. They recall to whom they were speaking and how they felt. Their memories of 9/11 are extraordinarily detailed and lifelike. Psychologists call these flashbulb memories. They feel as indisputable as photographs. They are not. Flashbulb memories are as liable to be mistaken as regular recollections. They are the product of reconstruction. Ulrich Neisser, one of the pioneers in the study of the human brain, investigated them. In 1986, the day after the explosion of the Challenger space shuttle, he asked students to write essays describing their reactions. 3 years later, he interviewed them again. Less than 7% of the new data correlated with the original submissions. In fact, 50% of the recollections were incorrect in 2/3 of the points, and 25% failed to correspond to even a single detail. Neisser took one of these conflicting papers and presented it to its owner. Her answer: "I know it's my handwriting, but I couldn't have written this." The question remains, why do flashbulb memories feel so real? We don't know yet. It is safe to assume that half of what you remember is wrong. Our memories are full of inaccuracies, including the seemingly perfect flashbulb memories. Our faith in them can be harmless or deadly. Consider the widespread use of witness testimony to identify criminals. To believe such accounts without additional information is unwise, even if the witnesses are certain that they would easily recognize the criminal again.